Hi, Shante. This is Love and Light Tarot here with your personal reading. And if you wonder why I keep looking in this direction, it's because the camera's over here and your information is on this side of the screen. So I'm not going to be looking directly forward. So I'm looking here at your info. Everybody calls you by Shante, so that's what we're going to be using. Okay, birthday July 2nd. Great. So you're a Cancer. Your first question, is there anyone around you with bad intentions? The second thing you want to know is, well, right now you're trying to pursue a career in stand-up comedy. Oh, yeah, and it's been going good so far. Want us to know if this is something that will possibly benefit you financially. And you lastly want to know where the feeling of anxiety is coming from in your life. Okay, well, as cancers hold a lot of water. So if you never really analyze your water or you overanalyze your water and your water is basically emotional situations, if you don't get out of here right now, your water is emotional situations that you went through, traumas, deeply positive experiences and deeply negative experiences. If you've never gained any balance with that, then you can become overcome with anxiety. You may also be an empath. Cancers are also naturally intuitive and very intuitive because their element is water. So they can pick up energies in a heavier impact and for a longer time. So you may be an empath, which is another reason why you may have anxiety, because you may absorb a lot of energy around you and may not be aware of it. Because with you doing something for a living where you have to be in front of a crowd of people, you may not notice it in the moment. This is something that you want to do. But after you leave, you may hold a lot of people's energy, what people are going through in the audience, and may not even be aware of it. So I'm picking that up for you, okay? So I want to go ahead and answer your questions with a few different decks. So first we're going to start off with this deck. Okay, yes is the first one that comes out when it comes to the answer to any of your questions. Unfortunately, your first question is, does anyone have bad intentions for you? We get yes, but I really feel like this is to answer about your comedy career being financially stable for you. But that did jump out. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, you guys, seriously, I don't know if they're trying to tell me not to use this deck or what. Shoot. Let's see. Is there anyone around Shante with bad intentions? Shante, born July 2nd. Very good. Okay. Okay, so this is what they're saying. First of all, when it comes to your question, does anyone have bad intentions around you? The first card you have is peace offering, which means you're trying to make sure that there's peace in your life. And if there isn't, you're going to try to take care of it immediately. You're going to take charge of the situation so that you can put people at peace around you so you won't have to worry about it anymore. So that's what you're currently doing. You're trying to figure out if you need to offer peace to any individual. All right. Well, they're saying that when it comes to regards of you wondering if there's anyone with bad intentions around you, you're actually attracting that by even focusing on that. And this comes up in the challenge position, spiritual law of attraction. If you keep on focusing on that, even if it's subliminal or if it's just every once in a while, knock that out immediately because you are attracting the same thing that you're scared of. So if you're just the fact that you ask me that as a question lets me know that's very important to you to know if there's anybody around you that can do you harm or if there's anyone who has bad intentions. No, I don't see that they are initially, but the fact that you keep honing in on it is making that possibility increase. It wasn't at the start, it was just a normal mix of people that were around you. Some people ain't gonna be completely happy for you. Some people may try to steer you astray, but you're built in with very powerful intuition, Shante. So if you get a gut feeling, which cancers have very good radar, you should be like, okay, I am being told that anybody who doesn't have intentions for you that are positive will be shown immediately based off of what they do for you. If they don't do anything for you, if they don't support you, if they don't come through on something, if they're a business person, they don't come through on something, then that's showing you right there that they don't have good intentions. But nobody can completely break you because you have nothing but positive change. And really, what I don't feel like this says change for you. It says positive charge. You have a positive charge around you. You have a positive protector or just a positive force field around you. You really do. But the fact that you were worried about this, and this can be due in part with your anxiety, which can feel uncontrollable in time. It's like an involuntary feeling that comes over you when you have anxiety of people having bad intentions towards you. You're attracting that. Don't do that. Now, in the past, they're saying you were seeing the situation accurately when it came to people with bad intent. Because there were, like I just said, signs of people who were malicious, people who don't support you, people who say negative things. Okay, those same indicators that came in the past off people are the same indicators that people are going to always give when they have bad intentions towards you. So don't think that because you're about to take a risk or you have to work with people now or become business partners with people, you have to really think about who has good intentions towards you or not. It ain't going to increase. It's going to be the same indicators of people who don't wish you well that were when you were a child, when you were a teenager. Those same indicators that showed you like, oh, okay. It's going to be the same indicators that future people are going to give you. It's not going to deepen because you become more famous or because you're putting yourself out there more. The same shit that was accurately read off bad people is going to be the same shit that's going to continue. What they're telling you right now to do is to get yourself a crystal when it comes to bad intentions. And that crystal that you should get would be Tiger's Eye. That's the name of it. Wards off the evil eye, takes jealous energy and sends it right back to the sender. Carry those. They're very affordable, very cheap. I got one. It's probably about this big. I got two of them. This big and this skinny. And they have multiple sizes. They're very affordable. Now, they completely went to another part of your reading because that's all they wanted to tell you about malicious people. Because these cards are supposed to be all about that one question. But you can do it. You can do it comes in for your pursuing of your stand-up comedy. They say continue to stay persistent and you will be able to do it. Okay? They say if anybody does something that affects you in an emotional way, you need to find a blessing in that current situation. If somebody rears their ugly head, a secret hater, a frenemy, somebody comes out the closet, find a blessing in that situation of somebody doing that and then take charge of the situation. My man Moses here, he had haters, but he saw especially that guy, what was his name in the Ten Commandments? He was with the Romans, he was with the Pharaohs, and then when Pharaoh got into an argument with him, he joined Moses' team. As soon as Moses walked up to the mountains to get the Ten Commandments, he said, screw Moses. Let's make an idol of gold. That guy. And when Moses came back down, he was like, y'all listen to him while we was gone? Somebody who used to work for Pharaoh. And then just that quick, he made y'all go against the many teachings of Christ that I've been telling y'all throughout this whole walk across the damn thing. I parted the Red Sea and y'all don't listen to him. And he saw a blessing in the current situation because he like, well, now I see who's for me. Now I see who's not. Now I see who is a real disciple of Jesus Christ and who's not. He found the blessing in the situation after that dude who was pretending to be cool with everything changed on him. So you need to always find a blessing in your situations when you see somebody who didn't have good intentions towards you. Okay? And they're saying, yes, there's always somebody around you who doesn't have your best intention in mind, but it's not going to imbalance your career. It's not going to imbalance your home life. It's not going to do that. while you're trying to follow your heart, it's not going to do that. You need to always see why that person did that. Some people get empowered over their haters. I'm not someone who does, but when you see the other person's point of view and you see how they really come from a place of vulnerability, powerlessness, and some type of sadness or lack in their lives, that's the only reason why somebody would lash out on anybody else. And you have to always understand that. It's just like when we all found out through those after school special movies that bullies come from homes where they're basically being bullied by their parents. And then when you saw that as a kid, like, you mean to tell me that their mom talks to them like that? Like, yeah. Or they come from drug infested homes, and you're like, oh. So when you see the other person's point of view of why they have basically nothing in their lives, always know, like, that keeps you humble because you took the time to understand why somebody will come at you like that. And then what do? You let it the fuck go. Detach from the drama of always trying to figure out who's against you. Let that go. Who cares? There's nothing that they can do to imbalance your home life, okay? But they are telling you to write. That came out twice when I tried to put it back in. With write, you can make anytime you get right and you're somebody who is like an author or a singer or a songwriter or a comedian, you can make a stand-up sketch out of their ass. They can give you more content. I use my bad experiences as examples in my readings and my version of what right would mean, okay? So will Shantae's stand-up comedy benefit her financially? All right. Hey, artistic expression, that's what you do. They're saying use the spiritual law of attraction to attract money to you and attract it to the comedy. I don't want money to be attracted towards me while I'm doing office work or while I'm doing this. I want my abundance to be attached to my artistic expression. They're saying attach them with your spiritual law of attraction. That's what they're saying. Attach them. Okay? It's also saying the power of joy. This is what you're meant to do. It's one of your many career life purposes, making people joyful, making them laugh, but you have to be happy doing it too. That attracts money. They say also meditate and be persistent. And I'm telling you to drink more water. But anyway, they're saying that once you do those things, it will give you financial stability. If you can just give me 1 second, please. Okay. So let me go to the tarot so I can really look into your career of stand-up comedy. For Shante, born July 2nd, will her career in stand-up comedy benefit her financially? With the Six of Pentacles, I see a big payoff, but it's in the reverse. And this is a question of like debt. Something going on with either a bad partnership agreement or fees that you may not be aware of. Like unexpected expenses come out when this is in the reverse. I don't see anything financial coming up in future positions with comedy. But there are a lot of cup cards and spiritual cards, which was like that whole connecting the law of attraction of money to be directed towards this career. So I'm gonna be honest, what they're saying is you don't want to move through with something that's meant for you unless it's gonna give you money. And they're saying that that takes away from it being your life purpose. I'm not trying to say that to you directly, but that's what I see with the High Priestess in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse too, because the Six of Pentacles in the reverse is talking about spiritually not being open to receive something from the universe. Not trusting the universe. Both these cards mean not trusting. They say if it's your passion, you should follow it, but I'm not seeing anything financial at all. And I don't know if it's not a thing financial. And I don't know if it's because you're not doing very good contracts with people, or you're not really booking yourself, or you haven't turned it financial. I don't see anything financial coming up at all, and I don't know why. I don't know if you're doing it for free, but they're saying that you should create booking with yourself. I'm also seeing that you really don't have a lot of hope in it. With the Three of Cups in the reverse, it's like you don't have faith in something unfolding for you. But if you see that people are responding to you, they're saying that you haven't really turned this into an idea. You haven't really set this up. You haven't really set this up. There's something about the way you're doing things financially with this that needs to change. Because the Tower card comes in, it says if you're doing it just to be fun and to be nice to people, or to just appear to be supportive to people's events, they say stop doing that. You're not getting paid when you should with the King of Cups also. So it's like the only person who can turn it into financial is you. You need to have the courage to make this to make yourself a contract and to get booked. It's like it's your call with the Judgment card in the reverse. Don't hold yourself back from this. You need to start collecting from people. You need to do things differently. It could benefit you. Now we got the Ten of Pentacles. But the way you used to do things when it comes to how you dispense your services needs to change. Don't be scared to ask for your money or ask to be booked or quote a price for your services. If you do, you'll be very happy. Okay. Lastly, where is Shantae's feeling of anxiety coming from? It could be something that was passed down, because I saw family harmony. I see higher consciousness, which is what I was saying. I do see that you're an empath. And when you're around lots of people, you see all these energies that's being absorbed. That's what it is. It's the fact that you're an empath. Okay? All that energy you're absorbing. It can also be the people that you're around. You may need to make new friends. And maybe when it comes to your finances, because they're not where you want them to be, and you're about to do something, or you're thinking about doing something that is self-reliant, such as taking an entrepreneurial risk, your anxiety is starting to build off of your subconscious. Okay? Maybe you also need to start paying attention to your true feelings. When we don't address our intuition, it builds in anxiety. It builds in the form of anxiety when we don't honor our true feelings, whether that's a leap of faith we want to take, or intuition we have off a person, or just not exercising our intuition. Like, I really knew it would be a good idea to stay at home and I didn't do it. And when you keep on not learning how to follow that inner voice and you never follow it, it builds in the form of anxiety. Now, we have two voices. Sometimes our intuition is the smaller voice, sometimes it's the bigger voice. You need to figure out which one it is, because one of them is ego, one of them is intuition. Once you train yourself on which voice is right for you and you start following it, your anxiety will start to go down. But it will always still kind of be there, because it's kind of in the family. Anxiety runs in my family. And also seeing that you're an empath, you absorb these things. Okay, here it is. Trust your intuition. Once you do that, you'll heal yourself, because these two cards came out. Start listening to it and it will decrease. And here's your family harmony. It's just a part of yourself that is awakening. Okay, but there's nothing to worry about, and you may need to relax more when your anxiety kicks up. Kick up your heels is not only celebration, it's also literally kicking up your feet and laying down. Anytime you're in new locations or you're around new people, your anxiety kicks up too. Okay, and that's kind of normal. But they're saying washing off the day will help. Washing off the day will help. But you have dreams coming true, and maybe you need confirmation of that so your anxiety can come down. But you have to move forward fearlessly when it comes to your creative expression. And there's something you need to break free of. The current structure of how you book yourself, or the current structure that you have when it comes to how you collect finances, it needs to change. And that's what I see. So I hope this reading helps you in some way by me answering those questions. And I wish you all the best. If you want to come back, I can do like a full spread on like what is going on. But I feel like things need to be prioritized and clarified first. And you actually need to see progression before you come back. But I just wanted to answer your questions one by one instead of doing a full spread, because I feel like it would be way too much going on right now. Okay, Shante, so I hope this helps you in some way. Alrighty, thank you. Bye-bye.